Hello everyone, welcome to an update video for Forsaken Legends, and today I want to show off our infinite terrain that we've enabled. Right now it's on the King server. That is a very nice bow. I think I will take that. 231, nice. So this is the first look at the infinite terrain generation that we've enabled. You can see that I've kind of wandered off into the far reaches of the realm here. Well, I guess not, because it's infinite, huh? I guess there are no far reaches. So if I keep walking here, I'll just show you what happens. So the monsters will get stronger and stronger the further from the start location that you go. You see we've got a little lag right now when we are moving into a new area. But that's what Kyle's working on today, is to smooth out the process so there's no breaking of immersion. So you'll be able to walk endlessly and not have to worry about lag or any spiking of that nature. So you'll be able to just keep running in a direction, and new terrain will just keep generating for you. So we've had a lot of questions about the infinite terrain and just the procedural generation in general. So a lot of people think that just because the game is procedurally generated that it has to be boring. So it's really not the case. What we're able to do is we're able to mix in, wow, that's a lot of damage. So what we're able to do is mix in a lot of hand-built content into the procedurally generated areas. So as you can already see, the monsters are already using one of these systems, the distance base. So the further from the start location you go, the more, the higher level monsters will be, the different monsters that can be there. So we can spawn different monsters based on how far from the start location you are, or we can spawn world bosses based on how far away from the start location you are, or what biome you're in, or what level you are. I mean, there's so many different ways that we can spawn stuff in a created fashion without having to worry about everything being procedural. Because we agree, if everything was just procedural and it was just the same stuff spat out over and over again, that's not interesting. So what we're able to do is randomly place things. So there could be a chance that a treasure chest would spawn, or there'd be a chance that a world boss would spawn in these biomes, So a lot of different things that we're able to do here. I'm just going to take some of these out to show some more random loot. Right now, the combat isn't balanced at all, so that's another thing that we're tweaking before another release here, so that these higher end monsters are actually a force to be reckoned with instead of me just wrecking them so easily. What do we got here? Dagger. Still haven't found any epics yet. There's a nice damage sword. Nice. I want an epic bow. So I'm gonna go into free camera mode here. Hopefully I don't die. This will allow me just to go up in the air to kind of show you how we're generating this terrain. So if I go up, you can see that the world is generated in tiles around my player. So you can see how the generation works. So we're still tweaking the tiles a little bit, or not the tiles, but the textures. So that's still going. So basically when I run, let's see, where am I at? You can see my character like right here running from a forest wolf. As I run this way, it's going to generate a new chunk of terrain around me, and this is the same chunk of terrain. If somebody was standing by me, they would see the same chunk of terrain. So what the server's doing is it loads based on the algorithms that we set. You can see it just generated a whole new area for me to explore here. So now we have all of this to explore, and all of it is based on a seed value, so it's the same for all players. So I can just keep going. I'm getting attacked, but it's okay. I've got some really good armor. So I can just keep going, and once my player hits, it's based on the player, not my camera here, so I'll have to wait for a second for my player to catch up. Wow, I'm way back there. So that might not work. Let me go back here. There's all my bags. So you can see I could just keep walking in the same direction, and new content would continuously generate for me. Bill. Looks like these guys were fighting each other. Ooh, nice. Might have to take a look at that one. What do I got now? 9 armor. Upgrade to 61 armor. Nice. All sorts of good stuff to find here. So, players that have access to the pre-launch are able to log in right now and check it out. Right now, this is only on the King's server, the King's Advisor server. It's where we test out all the brand new features before we release it into the main servers. But that'll be coming this week. So everyone will have access to the infinite terrain this week. I know it's a feature that a lot of people have been waiting for, just to see how it works and what we have in store. So this is just the first look at it. This is the first biome. And what we're going to do is, we've been working on the lore for the game and the backstory. So I'm going to be doing another video on that this week to kind of talk about the direction that we're going with it, the start area, things like that. But what we're going to do is we're going to allow players to have a start location that they can teleport to, and then from that location they'll be able to teleport to different biomes, so they can check out each of the individual biomes separately, so that we can tweak those as we go, instead of having to, like, if we try and do let's just say 10 biomes in the open world right now, every time we tweaked one of those biomes, it would adjust the entire world. So any buildings that had been built in that entire world would have to be wiped every time we updated the biome. So what we're doing is, just to start out, we are going to be testing the biome separately. So we'll allow players to teleport into the starting location for multiple biomes, like a desert, snowy mountains, just all sorts of different biomes that we can get designed into the game here. And then players will be able to have an in-game item that they can place down. You can see I get a little bit of rubber banding there when I go into a new area. That's just while the server is generating all the nav meshes and everything to move the monsters. So that's what Kyle's working on today to smooth out, so that won't be there. And also to make it a smoother process for the monsters with their pathfinding. They're a little bugged out right now. So basically, we'll allow you to log into all sorts of different biomes as we add them, and then give us feedback on each individual biome. So you can see here, this is a lot more water than what there was before. So even though it's the same biome, it's going to look completely different based on where you're going. So it's all random. So in each biome, you'll be able to claim a little house area with a teleportation device. So then you'll be able to teleport back and forth to different biomes, to your different homes, and that sort of a thing, to test out the different monsters that are in each biome, the different graphics, the different environment, music, all that sort of stuff. So you'll be able to give us feedback on each area of the game, and then we can tweak them. And then once we have the biomes, like let's say we get the forest biome exactly the way that we want it, then we can move that into a new biome called, the master biome or world. And then as we go, we can add new biomes into that, with the understanding that that biome will be continuously wiped from player creation. So so that's kind of how we plan on moving forward with the terrain. So once we get biomes that we like, we'll just keep adding them in, that sort of thing. So if this is something that looks interesting to you, you want to check out, we still have the pre-launch going on, so you're able to actually check out the game right now, log in, walk around, do some combat, find some awesome loot, some items, build bases. So even in the infinite terrain, you can still build your base however you like. So you can have a nice little base here. Kyle's smoothed out the base building so it's a lot faster. So you see you don't have to keep hitting the button every time you want to place something, you just place it down. So you can build a base wherever you want, and then if somebody else happens to come onto the area, then they'll see your base. That's another thing that we're actively coming up with ideas on, is that since this world is endlessly generated, obviously the player dilution will be pretty high. So we're definitely going to make some good travel solutions to go between points in the world, being able to teleport to your friends, having world events that'll pull everyone together. So have some sort of like a GPS solution where these wolves are fighting each other. Where if somebody finds a world boss, then they'll be able to give out the coordinates, and then you can try and find the best way there, whether it's a mount or whether it's some other form of in-game travel. So there will be events that'll pull people together, so it's not just this insanely massive world where you never see another player. There will be events that will keep the player base tied together, but when you want to have your own space, so there's an issue with the nav mesh there, but that's going to be fixed. So when you want your own space, you can have your own space, defend your own base, and that sort of a thing against the environment and other players that happen to come across it. So I'm going to be doing a lot of videos this week to show off the different biomes that we're creating. We're hoping to have a few biomes out this week. A new starting area. We got some more monsters to put into the game, so some more combat experience there. And then actually enabling the experience points so you can start to level up your character. So check out the pre-launch page to learn all about all the other features of the game. We'd love to see you as part of our pre-launch. We've got a Discord channel that we use to actively talk with the community to get feedback, and also the forums, the special areas in the forums where you can get any questions answered or provide some awesome feedback for us. So if you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment in the comment area below, or better yet, join our forums and have a closer, more organized chat with us about the game. Alright, thanks. I will see you in another video.